Tonight on CTV News at 5.
Vastly different between boys and girls.
Formal finances, parents and grads prepare for prom and the price tag that comes with it.
You should hear him sing and play guitar.
And someone else. Ian James gets personal with his new release, remembering his beloved grandfather who battled dementia.
We just thought, oh my God, the dog is gone. I don't care about the car. We cared about the dog.
Plus, for the love of Charlie, a beloved pet is returned after getting taken for a ride in the family's stolen vehicle.
A few clouds and mild tonight with another very warm June day tomorrow.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, prom price tag. High school memories don't cost a thing, but prom will sure set you back a few bucks. The dress, the tux, the limo, the expenses pile up this time of year for families and for graduates. CTV's Brianne Foley met with Maritimers who are paying the price. Hi there, Brianne.
Hi, Maria. Yes, back in my day a few moons ago, I know things were expensive, but it seems like the bill is even bigger these days. And while some schools still organize prom, others see communities taking over, which can help with costs. The question for parents, how do you give your child the perfect night without breaking the bank?
We see ticket prices for prom range anywhere from $70 all the way up to $125. But the costs can be quite a bit more than just your ticket price to go to prom.
Laura Lee Burgess knows firsthand that it is so much more than just a ticket.
Last year my son went to prom. This year my daughter went to prom. Completely different experience. So boys get to go out, buy a suit or rent a suit, order the corsage or their boutonniere. But then with the girls, there's not only the cost of the dress, which is insane, but there's also all the other things that go along with it. So hair, makeup, nails, shoes, purse, jewelry.
These were the cheapest local prices we could come up with. Limo rental will set you back about $850. Makeup starts at $150. Hair at around $100. Boutonniere and corsages begin at $25. And then there's the dress.
So we have some simple style dresses that start around $200, and then the other ones, they can range up to $1,000.
But there are a few ways to save.
What I really love is the local MAD Halifax chapter does a dress drive. Their dresses, I believe, are all $25, and all of the proceeds stay local.
We've got a really awesome deal, a head-to-toe package for $349, and that comes with absolutely everything that someone would need in a suit or a tux for their prom day.
But Burgess, who works with students, says the why is just as important as the price tag.
I think you could ask any one of our junior high students here, what they're most looking forward to about high school, and a lot of them say prom.
And then there are the things that are priceless.
Those special moments between like mothers and daughters and parents, it's really special and a real privilege to get to witness.
That's just one night, Maria. There's also the actual graduation day that can add up again, especially if you're using those hair and makeup services. So my suggestion as one of 4 daughters that happened to have my parents navigate through this experience, hair and makeup for one, not both, unless you're willing to pay for it yourself, Maria.
That's some good advice there, Brianne. Thank you so much. CTV's Brianne Foley for us in the news center this evening. All right, things are not how they used to be. All right, let's head over to the anchor desk now, where Todd Battis is standing by with a look at the day's headlines. Hi there.
Hi, Maria. Coming up at 6 o'clock, the jury at the trial of a St. John man accused of killing 2 boys has heard from a key witness. The identity of the witness is protected, but they told the court the accused lived in his own bubble and never took responsibility for his actions. We'll have the latest from the trial with our Avery McCrae at 6. Nova Scotia is now the most expensive place to rent an apartment in the country. That's according to latest monthly analysis from rentals.ca. Rents in the province rose 2.6% in May. That's higher than the national average asking price. which went down 4.7% in most places in the country. We'll look at the reasons why in your newscast. And we have an update tonight on a story CTV News first reported on French language rights in New Brunswick. All three political parties say they agree with the decision by the language commissioner in the province that there are bilingual obligations for rural liquor stores, agency stores. We'll tell you about what that means at 6. Caleb Mitchell with some big numbers on the weather board behind him.
Yeah, depending on what part of the Maritimes you were in today, conditions were either very warm or hot. Most of the heat in parts of New Brunswick you can see at this hour. So now as we're moving into the early evening, there are many communities with temperatures sitting around 30, 31 degrees. The hottest spot at weather stations monitored by Environment Canada, the Maritimes today so far, has been Miramichi at 31, but not the hottest spot in the country. This heat is kind of centered over parts of Ontario. So there's a community in northern Ontario, Martin Falls, that has a weather station. It's reported a high temperature of around 36 degrees. Likewise, it could be tough to see some record-setting high temperatures today. Miramichi, 31 today, hottest spot in the Maritimes, but the record for Miramichi for a June 9th is actually 35 degrees, so not going to be breaking that record. Taking a look at the winds right now around the region, variable in direction. Kind of out of the north for New Brunswick at the moment, mostly on the lighter side though, 10 to 20 kilometers per hour. Out of the north for Prince Edward Island, 5 to 10 kilometers per hour there, and westerly for a good portion of Nova Scotia. A little bit higher on parts of the coast, especially around the Atlantic coastline. Some sustained winds 15 to 30 kilometers per hour and a few gusts between 30 and 40. As we take a look at things on radar and satellite, there's a few clouds around, but we're looking at a mostly clear and fairly mild night for the Maritimes. Tomorrow's weather looking very much the same. Does include some very warm temperatures, some heat once again, and we'll get into those details when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
And we'll see you in just a little bit. Right now, though, Blind Sport Nova Scotia has been putting butts on bikes, as they say, for over a decade. But they could use some help. As CTV's Jim Quammen shows us, they're looking for experienced bikers to volunteer their time and talent.
Handlebars are right here.
Where?
Right in front of you. Let me just guide your hand over.
Thank
there
you.
we go. And then your saddle is just down here. All right.
We offer a tandem biking pilot volunteer workshop coupled with Blindness 101 because it's really important that our tandem bike volunteer pilots understand blindness and how to best assist and support people while they're out tandem biking with our community members. And so Blind Sports Nova Scotia has this tandem biking program, and what we do is offer folks who are blind and low vision in the community the chance to try tandem biking and really, if they enjoy it, to get out as often as they like to enjoy the benefits and you know, the fun that goes with tandem biking and the community that goes with it too. We offer a fleet of tandem bikes that folks can borrow. They can loan them long-term, short-term, they can take them home, they can take them to the trails, on the streets, and not just in HRM, they can basically take the bikes wherever they would like. We also offer a roster of volunteer pilots that they can engage if they don't have a friend or a loved one that they would like to go riding with. And that's the whole point of this workshop that we're hosting. We're always looking for confident, experienced pilots, cyclists who are really as passionate about us as putting butts on bikes.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, push. We're gonna go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, push.
I'm a teacher of children who are blind or low vision, and I have a student who has been talking about doing some biking, and he has low vision and is not able to bike on his own independently, and so I thought it would be actually really cool if I could bring a tandem bike to him and we could do some tandem biking, but I needed to know how to do it.
Wonderful program. If you'd like to participate in any way, just reach out to Blind Sports Nova Scotia for more information. Time for our first break here on CTV News at 5. Still ahead, find out how to win a steel battery-powered lawnmower, leaf blower, chainsaw, and more, just in time for Father's Day. We've got the details on our Dad's Day giveaway when we return. Also coming up next, a special song.
It's a reminder that maybe you might want to consider telling someone how you feel about them while you still can.
Singer-songwriter Ian James pulls at the heartstrings with a tribute to his late grandfather. We'll sample Someone Else next.
Lace up your sneakers and make a move for scleroderma this June. Help support the hundreds of Atlantic Canadians living with this autoimmune disease. For details on this year's walk-run event in your community, visit makeamoveatlantic.ca.
CTV and Maritime Steel Dealers want to help you celebrate the father figure in your life with the Dad's Day giveaway. One lucky viewer will win everything they need to keep their yard the envy of the neighborhood. The prize package includes a steel battery-powered lawnmower, trimmer, leaf blower, chainsaw, and hedge trimmer. To enter, go to ctvatlantic.ca or click on the QR code on your screen right now. We'll announce the winner on Friday, June 19th. Good luck, everybody. So, singer-songwriter Ian James just released a deeply personal song about his late grandfather. As CTV's Mike Lamb shows us, the ballad will probably strike a chord with those who have a loved one that lives with dementia.
My name's Ian James. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer from the Annapolis Valley, but live here in Dartmouth. Put out my own music, and I also write songs for other people.
You should hear him sing and play guitar.
Someone Else is a song I wrote based on a personal experience I had with my grandfather before he passed in 2012. I went to go visit him. He wasn't very lucid. He had been having a lot of dementia and cognitive decline. And when I walked into the room, I could tell that he didn't recognize me. And so that was a bit strange at first. So I just sat there and began a conversation with him. He proceeded to then begin speaking to me about this person, which I wasn't really sure who he was talking about at first, but then it revealed itself that he was talking about me, his grandson.
I'm not sure who he thought I was, but his words were precious gifts because.
So he was bragging essentially to this perceived stranger all about how proud he was of his grandson. Essentially all of the things that you would love to hear your grandfather say about you, but being really transparent and open and tender with your feelings isn't always something that's easy for men. And he was one of those men. Of course, I knew he loved me, and we had a certain level of closeness. He had never had spoken that candidly, telling me how he felt about me. So it was a really beautiful moment.
Got to hear exactly how he felt, all because he thought I was someone else.
I joked to a couple of people it could have gone either way. It's a good thing he didn't start saying bad stuff about me. But he didn't, and it was a pretty moving experience. So I began playing it regularly, and it seemed like after every show someone would come up to me and tell me it reminded them of a family member that they had lost or perhaps were caring for, and how meaningful it was to them.
But to him I'm just a stranger, visits every day.
If there's anything that I would want people to take from the song, it's a reminder that maybe you might want to consider telling someone how you feel about them while you still can. And maybe when you can't remember them and you don't know who they are, you'll be like my grandfather and sort of do it accidentally, but it doesn't have to be that way.
All because he thought I was someone else.
Very touching.
It's absolutely touching, and Ian's special songwriting skills really bring it to life and bring all the feels out. By the way, if you'd like to add this beautiful new song to your playlist, Someone Else is available on all streaming platforms right now. And oh my goodness, it's the second time I'm watching this piece, and I'm still getting emotional. It really is quite special. Well done. All right, well done also with the weather today, Kaylin. I'm going to give you credit for it.
It was a mix of sun and cloud across the Maritimes for today. Most areas were either warm or hot. There was even some warm weather in Cape Breton. I know they've been looking for a couple of warmer days on the island there. Many communities getting up to around the mid-20s. We're looking out at Balls Creek and Cape Breton here in the view. A little bit cooler in Inverness County, 17 to 20 there. More in the forecast next.
FIFA World Cup 2026 begins this week with matches played across North America. The tournament will broadcast live on TSN and CTV. The most popular sporting event in the world runs through July 19th. And on certain dates, CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6 newscasts will move to CTV 2. Just go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to see the full list of dates. And as we mentioned last night, if you don't see us in our regular spot, just switch on over to CTV2. You can find us online as well.
Sure can.
Yeah, worth the reminder every day. We'll tell you. We'll remind you.
That's right, exactly.
Kaylin Mitchell joins us now. And Kaylin, what a gorgeous day. And we're hoping for more of the same, maybe not quite as hot.
Well, you're going to have it for tomorrow because Wednesday's kind of looking like a carbon copy of Tuesday right now in the forecast for the Maritime region. There was a little bit of cloud cover around for the first part of the day. It did linger, a little bit of a gray sky around parts of Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. Looking out here at Bedford in Nova Scotia and our sunrise and sunset times. Now, for this evening, that cloud cover is really dissipated, really broken up. There's just a few bits of patchy cloud drifting across the Maritimes. And for tonight, just a few clouds around, fairly mild temperatures. Barometric pressure isn't particularly high. We're in between a low and high pressure system right now. The high pressure system itself is centered more down towards the eastern seaboard of the United States, and the low pressure system that I mentioned is sitting to the north of Newfoundland. As we take a look at things on radar, though, not much is showing up. And as we take a look at our forecast timeline, not a lot to show you as we make our way through this evening and tonight. A few clouds represented by these areas of gray. There might be a little bit of patchy fog around first thing in the morning. That'll be dissipating, and then the rest of the day on Wednesday is a mix of sun and cloud, and with some very warm and in some cases some hot temperatures. Let's take a look at winds in the forecast. And for tonight, they do get a little bit lighter, making our way towards midnight. And here's tomorrow's winds. So for Wednesday afternoon, mostly out of the west and southwest for a good portion of New Brunswick. They'll be sustained 10 to 20 kilometers per hour, a few gusts between 20 and 40 around the Bay of Fundy coastline. There is a part of the province where the wind direction will be a little bit different. That's around the Acadian Peninsula and through Bathurst and up towards Charlotte, Campbellton area. Winds there will be a little bit more out of the east. Well, they will be out of the east, and they'll be sustained 10 to 20 kilometers per hour. Prince Edward Island for tomorrow can expect a south and southwest wind with some gusts between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour. And for Nova Scotia, the wind direction throughout the day will be mostly out of a south and southwest direction, and again with some gusts between 20 and 40. Southwest winds a little bit more onshore around the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, so there temperatures might be a little bit more moderate in that wind directly off of ocean waters. Here's a look at low temperatures in the forecast for tonight. And for the province of New Brunswick, they'll be falling into a range around 10 to 14 degrees. Now around Charlottetown and Summerside for tonight, low temperatures around 11. In Cape Breton, most of the low temperatures between 7 and 11 degrees. And for mainland Nova Scotia, most of the lows between 10 and 14. 15 at Lunenburg. High temperatures in the forecast for Wednesday, mostly high 20s, low 30s again for the province of New Brunswick. Winds a little bit more onshore around the Bay of Fundy coastline, so there directly for those coastal areas could be closer to 22 degrees. Temperatures come up a few degrees for parts of Prince Edward Island for tomorrow. Charlottetown closer to 27. And for Nova Scotia, off the Atlantic coastline, most of the high temperatures mid to high 20s. Directly on the Atlantic coastline, low to mid 20s. Let's take a look at Thursday's forecast. First thing in the morning, some showers are expected to come across the southwest of Nova Scotia. Then in the afternoon, there's a low chance of a pop-up shower in New Brunswick. New Brunswick still hot on Thursday. Temperatures, though, moderate just a couple degrees, come down a little bit for both Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. Now let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 6-year-old Stevie from Brookhouse Elementary. And Stevie has sent us a drawing of playing with friends on a summer day, maybe a day much like today was. Thank you, Stevie. Great job. Weather watchers can come in to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So time for our final break. When we come back, though, a story with a doggone happy ending.
I'm Ryan McDonald in Gardner Mines, Nova Scotia, where this family had a reunion that came as a major relief this morning after a harrowing ordeal that involved their vehicle getting stolen with this dog inside of it. The story is coming up.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Our $10,000 Move It or Lose It shopping spree is back, and we want you to join us.
You only have 10 minutes to spend $10,000. Qualify tomorrow at 6.
A Cape Breton family is speaking out after their vehicle was stolen with their dog inside. CTV's Ryan McDonald was there for the reunion and the happy ending.
It was a happy reunion this morning as Robert and Ann Stubbard of Gardner Mines were back with their golden doodle Charlie following an awful ordeal.
I went into the store just to get a quart of milk, and when I came out, my dog and My car was gone.
Robert Stubbart said the theft happened at this gas station along Grand Lake Road. He said he called 911 and police showed up and looked at the store's surveillance video, but he quickly feared the worst.
Because I thought they were leaving the island. You know, like they jumped in the car, full tank of gas, and they were gone. I'd never see it again.
We just thought, oh my God, the dog is gone. I don't care about the car. We cared about the dog.
Ann Stubbart, Robert's wife, said after they posted about what happened to social media, they got messages from across the country adding that people, including strangers, were out looking for the dog into the wee hours. She said they were so worried they didn't sleep a wink.
That they would hurt her, or she's not very road smart because she's a home dog, and if they dropped her off somewhere on the highway, we didn't know if she would be run over by a car or animals would have got her.
Shortly after 7 this morning, though, there was a police vehicle in their yard and the wait was over.
They said, "We have your dog," and it was just like, my God, we never thought that we'd get her back. We thought we'd never see her again.
The couple adds that in the past 24 hours, they have seen the worst and the best of people, which includes a half-dozen police officers who came back this morning to check on Charlie and take a photo to mark the happy ending.
They looked like they loved her just as much as we did. They were so caring. They went above and beyond to get her back, and I am so grateful.
This afternoon, police announced that a 32-year-old woman has been arrested and faces several charges in connection with the case. The vehicle was also recovered by police. Robert Stubbart said that while Charlie is his best friend, one thing will change about their outings going forward.
She will not leave my side again.
And from the looks of things, that feeling goes both ways. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Gardner Mines, Nova Scotia.
Oh, I'm so glad you're all back together.
I love a happy ending.
Oh, I love the happy ending. I love to see how much you guys love your dog and your dog loves you back. And congrats to the Cape Breton Regional Police for making that happen. Yay.
Yeah.
Love stories like that. A wonderful way to end the show tonight.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
What a fantastic way to wrap things up. Well, if you're going to stick around for CTV News at 6, we're going to be talking more about the heat that's going to be in place around parts of the Maritimes and how long this sort of warm to hot weather might last before things cool off a little bit. So all of that in the extended forecast.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Kaylin. We'll see you and Todd at 6 o'clock. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. The national news is next. Good night.